Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to part 6 already of this 10-part series on the most important things that I think you should know to develop a well-programmed hypertrophy training program, right? That is basically putting on more muscle mass, for those of you guys who don't really know what hypertrophy means. You guys have taken the time out of your day to come check out my channel, my content, so I really appreciate the support, guys. If you guys have liked the other episodes and more content that I've had on my channel, please like, subscribe, and share. It would mean a lot to me to kind of grow my presence and be able to touch as many people out there as possible. I don't do YouTube for the fame, I don't do it for the money, I do it to try to help people because way back when, I had people that did YouTube videos that helped me get to where I'm at right now. So if I can repay the favor to you guys, I would love it. So let's dive into number 6 today, and that is all about specificity and variation in your training, right? When it comes to your heavy main compound movements, that's where you want to hone in on the specificity of it, right? You want to get really good at doing the bench press. You want to get really good at doing the squat. You want to get really good at doing the deadlift, whether it be a conventional deadlift or a sumo, however you decide to pull. And the reason for this is because that is going to give you the motor pattern to develop the most muscle mass, right? Those are the big, heavy stuff. So you don't want to mess around with doing a bunch of variations of that because you want to maximize progressing in not only reps and sets, but also weight as you go along to give yourself more volume, like we talked about in episode 1 and pretty much have touched on in every episode. The increase in that volume is what's going to stimulate muscle growth, right? That is the number one and most important factor in a hypertrophy-based program. So when it comes to your heavy compound movements, I would stick to specificity. Don't try to get all fancy with your squats or your deadlifts or your bench. Stick to the main movements, okay? Now where variation comes in is when you're going on to your accessory movements. Say you move on from squats and you want to do leg press, or you want to do lunges, or you want to do hack squats, seated leg extensions, lying leg curls. Those are all examples of accessory work that you can get a little bit more variety in, right? And the reason that is because you've already stimulated the muscle building process by hitting the main compound movements heavy and hard, and stimulating the hormones necessary for growth, right? So now you move on to variation, and this is where you can work on unilateral stuff, right? Maybe you find that one leg seems to be a little bit stronger than the other. Well, when you add this variety in your accessory work, you can do unilateral stuff to strengthen your weakened leg so that you can overall bring up your muscle mass, right? Because as bodybuilders, we're looking for that aesthetic, appealing overall look, right? We're not really worried about 1 rep maxes. We're not really worried about endurance like with CrossFit and stuff like that. We want to build for hypertrophy well-rounded muscles all around our body, right? So this is where the accessory movements, you can get a little bit more variety to work on weak points, and that's going to help your overall strength so that next time when you go back to those heavy compound movements, whether it be the squat, the deadlift, the bench, you have a more stable base. You have more muscle developed in order to push more weight for more sets and more reps, which in turn is ultimately the goal of hypertrophy. So when it comes to getting all fancy in the gym, don't worry about doing 5, 6, 7 different exercises for one body group, right? Pick one heavy compound movement. We'll take the bench for example, and pick 2 to 3 accessory movements. Maybe one that will hit more of your upper chest, right? And maybe one that you'll hit more of your lower chest, and maybe a fly motion. And use that variety with your accessory movements, but stick to the heavy compound stuff. Be specific in your training and watch your growth develop throughout time. So I hope you guys got a little something out of this. This was a little bit shorter of a video because I think it's pretty straightforward that you can't get too fancy with the squat, bench, and deadlift. You need to be specific with those. But where you have a little bit of wiggle room to add some variety and some variation and stuff like that to your accessory movements is later on in the workout. So it's just going to help develop an overall better physique, more strength, more endurance, more power for moving linear through your progression. So have a great day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like always, leave comments in the comment section below. If you have any questions for any coaching, nutrition, training, programming, please contact me. My information is in the description box below. And I really appreciate you guys tuning in. So go train, go have a great day, go do something you love, right? Smile. We only get this one chance in life each day. So have fun. I look forward to the next time. I'll be catching you guys soon.